3, 2, 1.
What's up, everyone? Dan here, Crypto Capital Venture, August 23rd, 2018. I hope you're doing well, and I hope you're hanging in there in this crazy world of cryptocurrency. Bitcoin up, Bitcoin down, Bitcoin up. And in this video, we're going to talk about the bullish case for Bitcoin from where we are right now in terms of technical analysis and what might be lining up on the upside. What's the bullish case for where we are to get out of these woods? No more lows, right? And I'm doing this, and we'll jump into the charts just so I have it here. But we're doing this because I've been doing a good amount of videos recently in the last couple weeks talking about new lows for Bitcoin. And I feel like it really all started probably, I started doing that right up here around $8,100 almost a month ago. I started calling for a new low, but when I started doing that, I started talking about a possible bullish case for Bitcoin if we hold support above this previous low. And that bullish case, as I'm sure you know if you've been watching these videos, is this reverse head and shoulders on the weekly chart. So that's the bullish case, and we're really in the middle of possibly telling that story right now. But there are still things on the downside that I talk about the downside because I only want everybody to be prepared. To be able to accumulate at prices that we might never see again. And that's all. I'm not bearish on Bitcoin. I'm not bearish on cryptocurrency. But there are things that are telling me that we might be going a little lower. But in this video, we're not going to be talking about that. Obviously, you see it on the screen, next lower low, potential bottom target. But let's actually get rid of that right now. And let's zoom in on what we're going to talk about, which is this. This is what everybody wants to happen. That nice, beautiful breakout. And in terms of the weekly right now, I'm starting here because I just want to, nobody knows the speed at which we might get a breakout if we get a breakout, but we'll jump into the daily and the 4-hour to look at a potential breakout. But if it happens on the weekly, and this is a pretty conservative trend line, right? I mean, the breakout is kind of spread out, and we're breaking this neckline on the inverse head and shoulders on this chart that I charted basically in a month, September 24th. So this trend line gives us a nice month to work up to a breakout and to really enter a bullish market. This could happen in a week. It could happen in 2 weeks. It could take longer, although just the way Bitcoin moves, I kind of have it like right around there, and that brings us right into that like last week of September. Nobody knows. That's just the way I'm charting this video. So let's jump in and talk about how this could potentially happen. So we're going to start with the Fibonacci just to really paint the picture, okay? And we're going to use it twice. We're going to use it on the daily chart right now, and we're also going to use it on the 4-hour. There's some interesting things going on in the 4-hour that really do paint a nice bullish case scenario for Bitcoin. So first on the daily chart, we take that previous swing high to this previous low, and if you've been watching these videos, we know we have this channel at the 786 to 618. So we can start there with basically saying, okay, Bitcoin is going to at the very least, approach those areas because in terms of Fibonacci, right, that will play out to be a resistant area. So if you're looking for a bullish case scenario for Bitcoin, it's not actually approaching that area. That's not that bullish. And it sounds crazy to say that because a move up to that area is around 15%, 14 to 15%. But that's not the bullish scenario everybody's waiting for. The bullish scenario everybody's waiting for is to break this whole channel right here, the 618 to the 786 Fibonacci on the daily, that resistance channel, break that 200 and break the neckline. There's so much resistance right there. There's so much confluence happening in that area. That's the bullish case. That's what you want to look out for in terms of if Bitcoin actually makes a move. But first it has to make a move, right? First it has to approach those areas. And if it does, right, we just talked about maybe happening by the end of September. If it does track along that line and it does break out, and we do break this area, this previous lower high, and we're in September, going into October maybe. So we're in this like fall area where everybody is very much anticipating and feeling a bull market return. Everybody is. And just because everybody wants it and feels like it's going to happen doesn't mean it will happen. But in this bullish case scenario for Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, Could the market get what it wants? Could market sentiment of just these changing seasons and this fall into winter bull run happen? Possibly. This would be the story to do so. But like I said, the first step is really approaching this resistance area, this really huge channel right here, up around, I guess, $74 to $7,800. It's a pretty big channel, but it's a very important channel to look out for and to look for resistance. So if we do that, what's gonna set us on that course? Something I found interesting in comparing this potential bottom with Bitcoin is this previous bottom that we had back in June. And the thing that I find interesting is in these downward trend lines, right, that Bitcoin has and any cryptocurrency has, we have these like bear flags, and then we break, bear flag. And we talked about this in the live stream yesterday. But eventually what happens is we get a bottom, right? We get a bounce, and then something similar in terms of what happened back in June is kind of happening now. And what I've noticed is from that bottom area, you see Bitcoin kind of starts making a move. This is on the 4 hour, right? This is very much a smaller time frame, but it paints a good picture. Bitcoin from this bottom starts creating this upward wedge of higher highs and higher lows. And then what happens is, and the market reacts very negatively to this when this happens, because everybody's tracking this wedge and they're tracking this channel, and then all of a sudden it breaks down, and it's a very bearish move on the short term. So like, you know, when this happened on July 18th, which was just about a month ago, this was not a fun time for the market and social media and comment sections on YouTube. I can tell you that much. But you see what happened is Bitcoin bounced off of this channel, which is basically the low. It's this bottom that Bitcoin made, and it didn't fall below the previous low. So we didn't get a bear flag, right? Like it didn't happen where we kind of just come all the way back down. So something I want to paint a picture for you in terms of that area for Bitcoin when this happened is I want to take out the Fibonacci on the 4 hour, and I want to take it from this low, the actual bottom, to that swing high right there on the 4 hour. And I just want to show you where we got that support of Bitcoin at this channel, which is this bottom channel. We got support right in between the 618 to the 786. So Fibonacci in cryptocurrency, and the way I do my charting, that channel 618 to 786 is always the channel we want to look out for support or resistance. And so Bitcoin got it in this time frame, and it bounced up, and then we had our nice little rally up over to, you know, $8,400. So a very similar looking pattern has been forming in Bitcoin. I mean, it's very similar. We kind of have this double bottom back in July, and then we kind of have a double bottom again in August now, and then we have this same type of, if I can move this, just to make it look very similar. We have the same type of move with this trend line right now with these higher lows and these higher highs. So one thing to look out for is something similar that happened back in this last bottom, which is we can take out our Fibonacci and we can take it from this hopefully bottom, and I just messed up to get that. So we can take the Fibonacci from this hopefully bottom and then to this swing high on the 4 hour, and we can see where we end up, and it's almost identical to this previous bottom, which is to say it's that 618 to 786 channel. And not only is that channel, but it's also the channel of, you know, this previous bottom right here. So the question is, will Bitcoin break this trend line? Everybody gets nervous, and then actually see a new higher low, almost exactly like what happened last time. That's the bullish case on the short term, in my opinion, for Bitcoin. This leads us into that next, you know, more zoomed out chart that gets us into that bullish direction. But that 4-hour move right there is something that could put us on the path to really approaching these areas on the larger time frames up to that, past $7,000 range. So on the 4-hour, on a bullish case, that's what I'm looking out for. I am looking out for possible return down to like $6,100, and we might see support there. If that doesn't happen, in a continued bullish case, we might actually see support at the bottom of this trend line, right? And we might get a break through this upper trend line, and we might get a bullish break again up to that area of $7,500, which is the beginning of that very important channel that we have over here on the daily right here. So that's the bullish case. And then, so we started at the 4-hour. That's going to lead us into the daily on that resistance area. We're going to break that resistance area on the daily. And then there we go. This is the bullish case scenario. We break through the resistance area that we just talked about on the daily. We break through the neckline. We have a confirmed reverse head and shoulders, and we're off to the races in this bull market, and we're going into fall time and winter time, in this channel up here, and we're doing TA videos about a $10,000 Bitcoin. That's the bullish case scenario from a technical analysis standpoint. That's what to look out for. I'm trying to keep it positive, because it is a true scenario. The reason why I might seem to get a little bit more excited about new lows is only because there's accumulation there. But I want everybody to know, if you're watching this video still, is I want to say that I get way more excited. I'm even way more excited doing videos like this. This is fun to look at the upside of Bitcoin. It really is. And when we do make a move and we do enter a bull market, it's going to be way more fun than going down. However, when that happens, it's more of we all sit back, we enjoy the ride together, and there's less preparation. When we're going up, it's way less preparation than when we're going down. But when we're going down, the money is made by preparing for further downside. That's the reason why I do downside videos. And I hope they help some of you out there that are looking to accumulate. But this is the bullish case scenario for Bitcoin as of now, as I do this video, August 23rd. Let me know your thoughts. Do you think we're going up? Do you think this reverse head and shoulders will play out? If it plays out, I'll be pretty happy, being we started talking about it back here at $8,100. And if we get this inverse head and shoulders breakout, that would be extremely cool. So I hope you all are hanging in there. I really appreciate each and every one of you for watching. I hope you have a great rest of the night. I will see you in the next video, and God bless.